Ice Cube.
With me on that. Ice Cube, nigga. Ice Cube.
I can't really argue nothing with Cube, bro. Who can argue with Cube?
I think Ice Cube resume is so strong to where, I mean, and he one of those forgotten artists when you had that GOAT conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to throw out the typical names. But look at the resume, man. Look at the resume. I mean, NWA, in my opinion, arguably the greatest hip-hop group of all time. The only other group that I would throw out there is probably Wu. You know what I'm saying? And I probably get some flack about that. But when you look at NWA, everybody know when them niggas came out. You talking about a group that went platinum without a record on the radio, without a radio hit. They still sold a million. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they put Compton on the map.
And that was the help of Ice Cube's pen.
Ice Cube wrote for two different artists in that group. He wrote his own shit. He wrote E's shit. Nigga probably wrote some of Dre's shit.
He helped with Dre. Yeah, he helped with Dre's shit too. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Then, at the height of their career, as far as NWA, Cube leave, and now he going against that clique and woe they ass out. Woe they ass out.
So they ass doing.
After seeing the actual Straight Outta Compton movie, you gotta respect him for not only being an artist, but his business savvy of it too. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he was on top of his shit, bro. He was on top of his shit.
Right. You got a conscious gangster coming out of LA, and this nigga just, and lyrically can run with the best of them. Then go over to the East Coast, link up with the Hit Squad, you know, Public Enemy and them, and goddamn, just put out classic albums. I think he dropped like 3 classic albums in a row. Yeah,
A-Trap said
just like
A-Trap said Ice Cube didn't make a average song until Lethal Injection.
And I thought Lethal Injection was dope, but I agree with him though. You know, that's when you like, okay, all right, this ain't Death Certificate. This ain't Kill at Will. This ain't you know what I'm saying? This ain't America's Most. I mean, you talking about 5 albums in before you even get close to a flop. Come on, man. I got to put him in that conversation. Man, we ain't even talked about his career.
I can't argue with you.
You can't argue with Cube. A-Trap also said Kick in the Door is the most underrated diss song ever dissed Nas. You know what, Kickin'? I didn't know he dissed Nas until that last verse. I knew he was dissing Wu and them, but that last verse of Kick in the Door, I didn't know he was dissing Nas until Rudy C's said that shit on Drink Champs episode.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I love Drink Champs.
But
what we're doing with that shit.
I got my GOAT. If I have to pick a GOAT, it's definitely my man Nas Escobar, man.
Yeah.
Nasty Nas. Got Nasty Nas.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him, man. He you know why? Cause after that Bridge is Over this, bro, he took Queens and put it on his back. Cause Queens was there over with, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Queens was there over with, bro. And you know, he was definitely to make his own lane because he was compared to Rakim a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And then before the album dropped, he got like what was it? 4 mics at that time in the Source magazine to be a classic Illmatic album. You feel what I'm saying? He hooked up with like classic producers. So Illmatic to this day,
Professor,
even his catalog is pretty cool, but Nas, man, I gotta put him in my GOAT, bro.
I'm gonna give you my knock on Nas, though. I'm gonna give you my only knock on Nas. This is the reason why Nas is not my GOAT. Well, one of the reasons. Nas has not made another album to really compete with Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the It Was Written album, I thought that was super dope, but it didn't, to me, it didn't have that same, it was missing just a little bit of the edge that Illmatic had. And maybe it had, and I felt like after It Was Written, he started dealing with a lot of mediocre production on all his albums.
So you think Stillmatic wasn't like ranked because he had?
I don't think Stillmatic deserved the right to be called Stillmatic. aside from one.
Exactly. I agree.
I think Stillmatic was overhyped, bro. I think it was overhyped. Dope album, but I think it was overhyped. I don't think it didn't deserve to be compared to Illmatic, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though.
I mean, yeah.
I can't put Stillmatic on and let that shit ride, man. But I can still
really.
To this day, I can't put it on and let it ride. I just can't.
So what about Life is Good? You thought that was pretty trashy?
I thought it was a good album.
One of his best bounce back albums ever.
You thought Life Was Good was his best album?
His best bounce back ever. Best bounce back album ever.
Yeah, but to me it ain't saying much because I'm like, yeah, damn, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Nas is that dude, man. Anytime you hear Nas on the record, you on the edge of your seat, man, and he ain't gonna let you down. But production wise, man, I mean, come on, get with your people, man.
I get it, because your first album, that's your baby. That's your love. So you pulling out all the stops. Even with I Am, It Was Written and everything, he had good albums, but I think he was linking up with Salon Remy more than, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
The Godson album was definitely, to me, dope, too. Like, Godson had Made You Look, it had Realest Nigga Alive, he had all of that going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and H-Rap make a good point.
I don't know, man. Nas, to me, I get, like you said, it's your opinion. I can't argue with your opinion. But, you know, it's literally, he made my GOAT because he has the swag, he has the criteria of a GOAT. He has the bars, he has the lyrical content. You feel what I'm saying? He can move the crowd. And to this day, 25, 30 years later, Illmatic still rocks.
That's his legacy, and I think that's his legacy right there. Like H-Rap just said, though, he made a good point, man. He said that's like saying Michael Jackson never made another Thriller, or Prince never made another Purple Rain, Stevie Wonder never made another Songs in the Key of Life. And you don't see a lot of artists that's able to do that, that's able to duplicate that same kind of magic. Because, I mean, when I was reading that with H-Rap posted, I was trying to think how many hip-hop artists have rivaled their own classic. And the first one come to mind was Outkast. I felt like they first 4 albums, all of them was in my opinion,
they kept getting better and better. Like, not that they got better, but it was like they brought something new to the table each time.
Right. I think, and I think about Cool G Rap. You know, when Cool G Rap went way back with the Ill Street Blues, and then they came. Then he came with 4, 5, 6. You know, I'm like, okay, this shit right here, this giving me that same energy. You know, not Murder Music, but Hell on Earth and the Infamous album with Mobb Deep. You know, I got that same feel from that. But a lot of cats can't do that. To
me, it was. To me, and Mo, I think me and you kind of sort of shared the same opinion when it comes to Nas. Like, I'm a big Nas fan, but I'm a bigger Jay fan. And when I look at the two, like when I compare the two of them, it's like Jay albums progressively moved forward. And to me, it was like Nas kind of stumbled along the way. And it was like, it was written, was so extremely dope. Like they were saying in the chat, it was hard to duplicate or keep the same energy. It would be some songs here and there on albums that would be crazy, but I don't know. It just never was just that same feel where I'm putting the CD in and I'm riding.
Yeah. And like Big Mo make a great point. It could be just the production. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you don't, the thing about Jay-Z, I could say what his consist of is that he fuck with the same producers. You feel what I'm saying? And when he bought a Just Blaze, he bought a Kanye, but he still fuck with like Pharrell. He still fuck with Tim. He still fuck with these guys that give him that sound and that bounce. You feel what I'm saying?
How many chances are you going to get to work with Pete Rock and them cats?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's it. And that's why I think that's one of the things I feel like made that album just, in my opinion, probably the best body of work as far as hip hop go. You know what I'm saying? In one album. He didn't overdo it because I don't think he had more than 10 tracks on that one. But it was like banger after banger after banger. And you got, at that time, the best producers in the game. And to this day, can still put out a banger. So, shit, you know, it's hard. It'd be hard to duplicate that. But that would be my one knock on Nas, because I'm sure he had the ability to reach out to a lot of the producers that, you know, a lot of them other cats was reaching out to. You know, I mean, you had Raekwon with Cuban Link. You know what I'm saying? You had Mobb Deep with the Infamous album. You know, Big with, you know, over there working with Easy Mo B and a lot of them producers. Reach out to some of them cats, man. Or is that the label's fault?
Hey,
is it the label fault or like again?
No, because if you're in the structure of a Nas who went, you know, multi-platinum, you have the right to say who you want to work with. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. You should. You should.
I don't think no record label should control you after you done, you know what I mean, generate all this money for the label. They can't tell me shit. You know what I mean? I'm over, at that time when he moved Illmatic, it was written in IM and stuff like that. He was over 20 million at that point? So it's like, bro, let me, you know what I mean? Let me bring whoop the whoop in. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. I think, you know, I don't think it was the label thing, you know what I mean? And then, again, you can't, see, that's what I'm saying. It could be that too, because on the contrary, at that time, the label was controlling the checks. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you got the label controlling the checks, then you got these heads like, well, Nas, we can't afford Tip. He want this because, you know, One Love went this many times and spend this, so he wants. But it's only right to get what he owed, man. If One Love was a single and went fucking 500,000 or whatever, that man's stock gonna go up with that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's gonna come back like, yo, I need this now. It's only right.
And I don't think a lot of. Go ahead.
A-Trap said, according to Salam Remy, Nas picked those beats as a challenge. Hey man, and that's cool and all. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to challenge yourself, here's the thing that I would say to it though. As we talking about hip hop, hey man, a large part of the success of the MC, in my opinion, is production. You know what I'm saying? Like a big part of a song is the beat. 50% of the song is the beat, and the other part is, can the MC actually ride this beat? Right. If the production ain't necessarily right, then sometimes it just becomes, I don't even want to hear what you're saying per se, because the production ain't right. And when you expecting a certain sound, or you're expecting a certain level of energy from the music, and that's not what you get, then you know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously you become turned off at times. And I think, just my opinion of when we talking about Nas, I think some of the production choices that he did cause people to be a little more turned off than turned on to the music.
Yeah. But the thing about Nas too, though, even though I feel like, you know, and I'm pretty sure not everybody feel that way, but I feel like the production went downhill, Nas never lost his status. I mean, from Illmatic, Nas. I mean, you got everybody reaching out. Jump on this record, you know, because he Nas. And the nigga just gonna get on there and smash every time. And you want to talk about consistency as far as from one album to the next, Ghostface. Ghostface held the Wu down for a decade.
Wait a damn minute. A-Trap B with breaking news, and I know this is the hip-hop show. Russell Westbrook just got traded to Houston for Chris Paul.
Hot damn. What the hell is OKC thinking about?
How much is
left on Westbrook's contract, though? Because they just took on $41 million.